one that's really popular, which I'm going to forget, like Ronald Searle. Searle. He's famous.
Okay.
Still around. Yeah, both those guys are cool.
Big
masters of their trade.
Cool.
Yeah. That type of stuff. I usually kind of like with that. Not so much. I don't like a little like the controls look very polished and like an airbrush thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're looking for something a little more kind of free flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I totally agree with. That's what I prefer when I'm viewing things like this.
Yeah.
Something definitely more loose. Okay. Let's see. Do you have anything else that you want to mention, or you want to have in the article, or?
I mean, there's some stuff that I had to think about doing, but I don't know if it would ever. I don't know what capacity or how I could do it, but I was thinking almost like in this type of setting, like the mini strip mall here is like doing almost like a chalk thing out in front of some stores and maybe being paid for it, as a sort of a thing like driving traffic to the store. I don't know if it would, but
it's a cool idea.
Maybe going to some places and maybe even some of the, I don't know, surf like stores and stuff like that. Maybe that would. It would dig some of my style too. If I could bring some stuff to them and show that I can do it.
Yeah.
Although working on your knees and stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how long it would last. I thought it'd be kind of cool, and then maybe if there was a way to make it kind of fun and make it that kids could come in and do something too. So don't do it.
Make kind of interactive.
Yeah, kind of interactive. If it's too closed off, then you're just sort of just some guy doing it.
Yeah.
So which can be a danger. You can start to do something and you're like, don't mess it up.
Yeah, of course.
But that's kind of the cool thing about the whole chalk thing, which I feel like is that it's chalk, and you just ground it up and you made it sort of into paint. You just added water, and you just take a hose,
Yeah.
Which thinking if some store's worried about it being, toxic or the stuff's never going to come off, be like, it's chalk.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Just take a hose, I'll come out, I'll clean it.
Well, it seems that if working in that medium, that you're not going to be as attached to that, obviously, too.
Yeah, it'd be more, I want to get some pictures of it, but, then that's pretty much it. And I like that idea of art where it's just kind of, don't get too attached to it. And I was, because I sort of, not to get spiritual, but sort of like, it's sort of coming to you, through you, and and you're just sort of somewhat of a conduit, but you're kind of just kind of letting it go and not. And then if it's, sort of, there's a saying, something like, take it in the lead, let it go, or something like that. Kind of like that idea. And then, which I just saw a documentary about, I forget his name, Keith Haring, from the 80s. I don't know if you ever saw it, he did the, huge now. He ended up dying of AIDS, right when AIDS was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time I thought his art was really stupid. And I was like, what is that? It's horrible. But then, started watching his stuff, and that's what he was doing, like he would do in subways and stuff. A lot of times he ended up getting arrested, and then he got paid to do a lot of it, and stuff like that. But then he would do a lot of it freely. He would just go and someone asked him for a signature, and then he would do a little sign, and just like draw shoes when they wanted him to. And then it was actually came to a point where he was making so much money, and then he had all these people behind him. They're like, tone it down because you've got stuff that's too much out there. You got to pull it back here. It's not going to be as valuable. And You're not going to make as much money. Which I don't think was too hot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I sort of have a different perspective on it. Yeah, that's a cool idea about that.
Yeah, totally. You mentioned that you feel that you kind of are a conduit. I mean,
I guess everybody is to a certain extent, but I mean, with that particular style where you're just sort of doing something and figuring out, it is something, when I think about it, it is very different than like cartooning stuff that you're kind of trying to accomplish. You sort of have an end result, and it's not quite the end result. You literally you start to do a line, you do a few, and then it becomes almost like a bit of a puzzle, but hopefully not too frustrating. And then you just sort of, there's a lot of just sitting back, and then you literally start to see something just tells you, there, put that, and then you can, okay. Literally it almost sounds like that. It tells you what to put there, and then, but other times you're just like, it needs more of these kind of swirl. Sometimes there are certain shapes that seem more happy in some kind of work. Mm-hmm. I've noticed when I kind of do too many squares, it just like starts to fall apart and kind of loses what I was, I guess, in some ways going after. But yeah, literally sometimes it's almost like a voice or something. You just kind of put that here and you just, okay, here, okay. And you don't really, I guess it's you, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not one of these things where I'm not transcending or, I forgot, where you're in the zone. I don't know if you're necessarily in the zone, but there's something sort of happening.
Sure.
It's kind of quick.
Well,
I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does. I paint too, so I totally, yeah. No, I totally know what you mean.
Yeah.
So that's all I have for now.
Okay.
Since we are doing a cover article that I might want to do a follow-up.
Okay.
I don't know if you're okay with that. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so do you have anything? Okay, cool. I think, then we're good. We're good for now.
Cool.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah, it's actually not too far.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, if you want to meet here again in a couple of weeks, maybe to do follow-up, we can come back right here, no problem.
All right, yeah, this is a good location for me. So.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.